going on, everybody? I'm hoping this is recording this time after some technical difficulties. We are back and better than before and ready more than ever. Ben's doing his cute Snapchat face that he sends to me every day. But where were we? We were talking about the Knicks, OG Anunoby trade. He's kind of. Oh wait, he's been hurt. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I've been watching that Jordan documentary before I go to bed sometimes, and they always talk about that foot injury where there's not very much blood flow that goes to the affected area because it's a bone injury basically. And I bet you that's what's happening with him. It just takes a long time to heal because there's not a lot of blood flow. The body
Yeah,
can't heal itself. He's having issues.
they're saying there's a lot of swelling and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see with them. With Julius out and him out right now, and Mitchell Robinson finally came back. I mean, he's been out
Hmm.
since I think it was like November, or December, something crazy like that. So it's good to have him back for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see where they go with the rest of the season on the line. But I'm
What
hoping we get to the three seeded, ideally.
what's what's your ceiling and what's your floor?
My ceiling is Eastern Conference Finals. My floor is a first round exit, which I could definitely see.
Yeah.
Um, just because, like right now with the seating wise, like if they finish as a four seed, they're playing against the five seed. Five seed
Okay.
right now is the Orlando Magic, which are like just a sneaky team this year.
Hmm.
I mean, there's always a regular season team and there's a playoff team. Like
Sure.
the 76ers, they're a regular season team. Always are. I mean, they might as well be called the semi-Sixers because they can't go past the semifinals. So, but no, like Orlando is like that. But then, I mean, they could beat us out. We'll see. But then, I don't like being the three seed and possibly going against Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton is currently in a slump right now with his 3-point shooting. I think he's probably picked it back up at this point, but I mean,
Sure.
he's been like a sneaky good point guard this whole season. So, I mean, he'll finish probably all NBA second team, is my guess, or
Didn't a
maybe
bunch of them
first team.
make the All Star game? Like a ton of Pacers.
I think a couple. I mean, it was also in Indiana. So, if they
I
did
see.
do a skills challenge where one of the skills teams was all Indiana players
Yes, they did.
as well, but um, they have a sneaky good team right now. So I don't like either of those to play against, honestly, Orlando or Indiana. But I mean, we had Cleveland's number last year for a possibility in the semifinals, and then I mean, it's just Milwaukee and Boston. But like, I think we could beat Milwaukee. I
Yeah.
don't. We cannot beat Boston. I mean,
Who
it's
can beat
Boston.
Boston?
I mean, it'd be Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to say New York can fight with them to like make it 6 games,
Hmm.
7 games, and the media says that we could. Or just I don't want to sound biased, so and it's just like I know, but I mean I can't stand Boston because their team's so good, but like I also don't think that their bench is that good at depth wise. Like
Right.
I don't think they have any depth to be frank. Um, their starting lineup's just so nice with Derek White and Porzingis and your guy Porzingis
That's
and
right. That's right.
Tatum and Brown and everyone. So
Right.
I mean, we'll see. Milwaukee though, with Giannis can always turn it up a notch, and it's Dame time for a reason. So in Milwaukee, but
That's right. That's right.
you
Yeah, so we'll
never
see
know.
how it shakes out, man. Yeah, it'll be a very interesting playoffs. That's like my favorite time to watch NBA. I haven't been as much up to the bar this year. I've been watching more hockey than basketball, to be honest with
Hmm.
you.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Penguins.
How are the Penguins doing?
We're just above 500. We're playing right now. I think we're in the lead, but we beat the Rangers last night 5 to
I
1.
did see that. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, except the Rangers are really good and we're like a mid
Rangers are
team. So
dogs. Rangers are over 50 wins already this year. They're
I
dogs.
know, I know. We're playing for our
They're
third or
crazy
fourth.
good.
I don't know the current playoff picture, but I would expect us to be limping in or not there.
You might be fighting with it. I'd have to double check, but I saw some crazy stat about the Capitals um, a couple weeks ago, so it's definitely changed at this point. But they had a goal differential of -30.
Uh huh.
There was only 4 teams with a worse goal differential in the entire NHL, and the Capitals are currently in a playoff spot.
That's crazy. Hey man, find a way to win, I guess.
Yeah, they win and they scrape by. When they lose, they get fucking eviscerated. So,
That's right. Yep. Yep. That's what it is with sports sometimes, though. Like some teams get just always have your number. I mean, I think I'd have to look it up with how many losses the Steelers have to New England, but I think it's really bad.
yeah, I think. Oh, Giant. Or sorry, yeah, Giants play Pittsburgh this year.
Oh, really? When is that
Yeah,
game?
they have not said when, but it is in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
So
Maybe we should go
maybe we should go. I've never been to Pittsburgh before.
to Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah, ain't no fucking ketchup bottles here.
I know. I'm so sad that era, that dynasty left. I mean, it was just such a fun like thing to see at a football field. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. Now all these stadiums are named after insurance companies or healthcare facilities or like crypto companies. You know,
I
Crypto.com
know.
Arena,
I know.
Allegiant Stadium. You
I
know, it's
mean,
all like
Giants are MetLife. You know,
right insurance.
like I loved them calling it the Meadowlands. I mean, I understand you got to make money, but
It's probably a lot of
some
money
just
too.
deserve to keep names just because I think it's easier to keep a name if there's history behind it,
Yep.
like Camden Yards or Wrigley
Right.
Field or Fenway
Yep.
Park. Like
Hmm.
that's easy to just keep the name because no fan will ever go for
Right. Right. Acrisure.
Dogecoin.
A-
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin Stadium.
This arena.
Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
imagine? Or just the Tesla arena or something. Oh my god.
Tesla's
That'd be
stock
funny.
is down 33% this year. Do you know
Really?
that? Hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep.
That's interesting. I mean,
Yep.
I heard the Cybertruck has just not gone well.
I mean, I would love to have one if it wasn't
I
so
mean, no question.
ridiculously
I absolutely
expensive.
would. But did you see the rusting issue?
No, it's having a lot of rusting issues. Let's see if
Oh
I
my
can find
god,
that.
they've had so many issues because of just like I guess the material metal has been having serious rusting issues from the rainfall. But that's what I've been hearing.
Let's see. The truth behind Tesla's Cybertruck rust problems. MSN. Let's share it. If it can load, maybe.
There
Can
it
you see
is.
this? Got it?
That's cool.
It
I didn't
says,
know this
it
does that.
says, yes, sir. It says Cybertruck owners are finding rust spots on new vehicles, sparking controversy among Tesla enthusiasts and detractors alike. Iron deposits react and cause rust when exposed to moisture. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's true.
Hmm.
Polarizing reception is a Cybertruck. Reporting. Is that it? Okay, that didn't really give
Yeah,
me.
that was
Oh,
a
continue reading.
one.
I see.
Yeah.
Much has been said about Tesla's decision to use an entirely stainless steel body for the Cybertruck, from the potential pedestrian and occupant crash safety concerns to its supposed bulletproof status.
So yeah, you can dodge bullets, but if you haven't got your tetanus shot, you're fucked.
That's right. It says while Cybertrucks are undeniably showing signs of rust, it doesn't appear to be the truck itself that is corroding, despite Tesla providing some pretty meticulous and preemptive body maintenance guides in their as of yet unpublished user manual. So they don't even have a user manual in the car. Interesting. All right. Oh, very cool. Here are the specs. So the Cyber Beast, that's the big boy. I'm guessing that's the top
Yeah.
model. But the all-wheel drive has a longer range. 11,000 pound
Range
towing capacity.
extender
Dude,
470.
2.6 seconds,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
0 to 60.
for a truck, and it still
That's
tops
wild.
at 130.
That's crazy.
Quarter mile times 11 seconds. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god.
Oh, here's a good photo.
There's no way that's real. If it is, that's so bad.
render, render. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to say that would be awful. Looks like a Fallout truck.
Interesting. So it says that there's definitely rusting going on, but yeah, it didn't say that it was integral to the car.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's an interesting company right now, especially
Dude,
with Musk
yeah.
buying Twitter, all this publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very interesting. Very
I
interesting.
kind of like, I've always like been interested in them, but then I saw a video of this guy who put the Master Chief shield sound when he locks the car. So it goes boom, 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 boom. And I was like, fuck, I really need one now.
Yeah, dude, all that stuff's programmable. Like the horn, I think when you open the door, close
Yeah.
it, lock the car, all that
It
stuff. I
like
mean, which is
dances
kind of
and shit
wild.
too. Like it'll open and
Yeah,
close doors and the lights will flash. I'm like, damn. Seems
craziness.
like a waste of money, but like I kind of appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, it's just something dumb and silly.
Yeah.
That's also a feat of engineering, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
True.
yeah, I mean, what's also interesting about the Twitter and Musk and what's going on there.
Hmm.
We talked about the Twitter files in the last podcast we did, or maybe it was two ago. It was really interesting. I don't know if you're hip to that.
What is it about?
So we'll do a quick little recap of the Twitter files. Basically, I think this is happening in the late 20 teens, so probably like 2016 through 2019 ish. And
Hmm.
Twitter, I guess Twitter at that time, their employees and like employee base, the admins, like people that were in charge of promoting content, removing content, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of suppressing content, stuff like that. They were getting messages from high profile people, celebrities, actors, sports players, politicians, requesting them to remove specific types of content, about them online, right? At first, they were kind of pushed away. And then over time, higher and higher profile people started asking these employees and these administrators to remove potentially harmful content, and it basically spiraled out of control there. I mean, there's thousands of leaked documents that show that like confirm messages, from political candidates and senators, House members, like members of Congress, all asking them to either promote or suppress specific information for their campaign or against their campaign and stuff like that. I mean, kind of wild when you think about it. I mean, to be honest, I could have told you that was going on 100%, but it's
Yeah.
kind of nice to see it confirmed, and that
Yeah.
these
No,
people have to deal with their actions.
I mean, it's just crazy how people just like in silence. Like social media is such a weird thing because like shit will spread like wildfire, but then also you can just completely just drive your own narrative
Yes.
like in any way you want. And I mean,
Yep.
people get paid to do it. I mean, there are literally companies out there for like specifically politicians where you go to these agencies to make sure that you're promoting these certain things and that you're keeping eye on competitors' marketing plans and their tactics. And you know, it's not surprising at all that people are paying to suppress certain content. Like we know that for a fact. Like I mean,
Yep.
before Musk took over Twitter, or sorry, X, it was literally just people could not get their voices out. Like if you were
Yes.
just not like with the flow of
Right.
everything, like you
Right.
were immediately shut down and you could not have any kind of say whatsoever. So that is extremely frustrating. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting with Musk and how he handles the whole Twitter thing, but it is interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I think our age people kind of see it in a similar fashion, but it kind of gets caught up with the younger and older user base, specifically, Gen X Even compared to millennials, I think millennials are pretty hip and happening to what's been going on in society.
Mm-hmm.
But like kind
Mm-hmm.
of like what you were saying, you can either belong to one ideology or the other. And if you're somewhere here in the middle, you're either getting pushed whatever content you most believe with. And
Yeah.
that
No.
takes
Oh my
away our
God.
autonomy and ability to have opinions and make decisions and think about things that are even
Yeah.
remotely outside of the box.
Literally because of clickbait and social media. I mean, it has forced the polarization of this whole country to
Yeah,
insane levels because
right.
they just feed off it. Like these people will just see something and be like, "Oh, that's ridiculous," and how could they do something like this? I mean, they're watching this one clip and they're pissed off, and the second they like it, like the next thing you know is their entire feed is this stuff, and these people will just get brainwashed watching this stuff because they'll just continue. These videos will continue to feed a narrative for them that
Yeah.
they think they're right about whatever, and so it does not help in any fucking scenario if you want to try
Right.
to like be beneficial for the country and try to move on and try to like because there's literally zero purpose if there's one side who's saying all this shit and the other side is saying all this shit because those extremists are never going to come to agreements, and if you're never
Yeah.
going to come to agreements then you're just going to continue to go back and forth. So it's like, what the
Right.
fuck's the point?
Yes.
um
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have some friends now that are so just into conspiracies, and they're just like, oh, government's just, the trackers and, all this stuff. They're trying to, take everything we have. And it's just ridiculous to listen to. But yeah, like, for example, I mean, like social media just feeding into the stuff. Obviously, we can go on and on about like how you could be talking about wedding rings and just like in a conversation about who's getting engaged soon. Next thing you know, you go on your Instagram feed and a sponsored ad comes up from Zales.
Yep.
Like that shit's crazy to me. Like my Instagram feed, I watch a video of someone getting run over by a car, and next thing you know, I'm sharing that with all my friends, and then now there's like babies getting like punched, and like it's just crazy. My Instagram feed's the most messed up thing ever, but it's so amazing. So I wish someone. I sometimes when we don't have anything to watch on TV, we'll just screen mirror that shit on my TV,
Yes.
and we'll just all watch that, and it's the most
I've been
amazing
there.
shit. Yeah.
I've been there. I've experienced that. It is unreal.
There's
People
so
getting
much blood.
attacked by lions, car
Oh
accidents.
my god, the dogs,
Um,
the feral dogs, like taking kids away and just dragging them like out of their front yard. Oh my god, that shit's fucking grand.
that's so fucked up. Oh, that's so funny. But like, okay, so here's a contrary belief for like a kind of a devil's advocate factor that I think is very true about social media also. And you touched on the end of that Twitter era where everything was being suppressed and canceled and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
now I think X, formerly known as Twitter, could be good for the rise of independent journalism, a place for people that do have centrist beliefs and opinions and independent news sources, people not necessarily unbiased. Everybody has a bias to some degree, right? But people that are presenting facts, not stuff that's been glossed over by huge media corporations or the
Yeah,
government trying to pitch a narrative, right? So I think it's huge for that, and it can help us a lot
I
moving
totally agree.
forward.
I mean, if you're not suppressing content like 24/7, especially if Elon is allowing that ability for these people to actually go out and have a voice and truly have a voice, because that's the purpose of social
Right.
media from the start. Anyway. So if you're allowing these people to actually have a voice, then it's great for independent journalism, no question. I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the real problem is all these other side effects and factors that come along with it. We touched on basically the polarization of all these media accounts, right? And who do you think has a hand in that? I mean, it's been proven that Russia and China have a ton of bot farms and accounts that push that push certain rhetorics, man. I mean, it's on our social media, it's being pushed to us. I mean, TikTok. It's owned by these Chinese mega corporations, right? I
Singapore.
mean,
Singapore.
all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just kidding. That video of the congressman just going against like the CEO of TikTok. He's like, so what what Chinese corporations are you working with? He's like, I'm from Singapore. He's like, oh, so where were you born in China? He's like, well, I'm not from China. I'm from Singapore. It's like, so like, where is your family from in China? And it's like, dude, it was Congressman Senator. He's like, I was at the time. I'm from Singapore, dude. And it's just funny. Someone's like, this is like the fifth time we've had TikTok like on the verge of losing it, and it's like, just fucking take it already if you're gonna take it, or don't take it. Like, just figure this shit out.
It,
It's
it's
just,
fine, man. It's another social media. It just the problem is all that metadata going to these mega corporations,
it
and then they
is
can push a
weird.
narrative.
Yeah,
They can push a narrative. They can show you what they want your algorithm to be instead of there's some blockage and suppression on Instagram, but I mean for the most part, it's usually stuff that you're interested in. I mean, China could be pushing whatever. I mean, especially in China proper, right? The landmass they're definitely showing their people different stuff to believe different things than we're
yeah.
seeing on U.S. TikTok.
I mean, they don't really care for people there. To be frank, they're just like, you know, it's so bad to say, but I mean, why do you think they're like so successful and they're just like surging and like their economic status is just skyrocketing right now? It's because
Mm-hmm.
people don't have fucking ethics there. They're
Yeah.
just like, you work for the government, you have to do, like, you do what you're told, and you just continue to do that. And if you are not smart enough, then you're getting on the fucking line and building whatever they need you to fucking build. And
Yep.
if you are smart enough, great, go up there and start ruling shit and ruling over those people that are in line. So, I mean, there's
Yep.
some crazy thing where they decide at like seventh grade or something in China, like around that age, where you can continue your education or not. They like will completely shut off your education if you don't hit a certain like age.
Okay. So I kind of wanted to. It says the 9-year free and compulsory education in China targets children from age 6 to age 15, so they can choose. So junior secondary education. So it's all of middle school. So it'd be 8th grade, I believe. Yeah, interesting. But to your point there, I kind of wanted to say I think that's definitely a reason why they're very successful is because they don't care about the people they have there. They're willing to push any agenda to the outside world, make it
Yeah,
look like it's a successful and thriving nation. I
yeah,
mean, while they're doing very good economically, like, what do you think a Chinese citizen has to say about their quality of life and standards of
yeah.
living and
Or
stuff like that?
just quality of air, dude. I mean, they can't
Yes,
even breathe there. Like,
right.
there's something crazy. So there's, I mean, it's still the most populated country in the world, I believe. If not, it's India.
I think it's India.
So while you, but the crazy thing is, 75% of that landmass in China is uninhabitable because of the mountains and deserts.
It's
So
China.
they're, yeah, so over a billion people are compacted in 25% of that landmass, and they're just
Wait,
on top of each other.
I lied.
It's India
China
now?
lost 0.02% from July 1st, 2022 to July 1st, 2023, and India gained 0.8%, making them the largest by 3 million people.
Interesting. Okay. There you
Um,
go.
but kind of what I was saying earlier, I think that's a huge reason why they're so successful is because they take advantage of everybody and do what they
Quality of
want.
life is just absolutely depleted. Like, I mean, it
Yes.
just doesn't fucking matter to them.
Right.
So no
Yep.
wonder you can get stuff done. Like, you just don't care
Right.
about certain people, and of course you produce because for the country, for the U.S. you look for like like equality and how to help with that, and like we offer like affordable housing to certain people in certain cities and stuff like that to like, you know, allow steps to, you know, make it, I guess. Like, I mean, there are certain
Right.
benefits, certain healthcare and certain things. And the US is not good with the healthcare stuff, but I mean, we do
Yep.
have certain privileges and certain benefits in a way to help, you know, people. We don't say you're shit out of luck. Bye.
Right. Right. Right.
um, so
Right.
that's what differs us from them, I think,
Yeah, I mean, if
mainly.
you don't do what they tell you, you go to prison. I mean, it's like
I
that
mean,
in North
you
Korea
know about
too. It's
like
communist.
Tiananmen Square, right?
No, what's that?
Oh, you don't know about Tiananmen Square? Oh my God! So first off, you know the Tank Man or whatever his name was from China.
Oh, I
Um,
I've seen the video. I've seen the
dude,
video. I think of the
you
tanks.
have to, yeah, you have to watch. There's a documentary, and I wish I knew the name of it, but I watched it in school. That shit's crazy. Like it was about. Try to pull up an article about it. I mean, it's been a decade for me, but it's pretty
The
much
Gate of
about. I
Heavenly
think,
Peace is a 3-hour documentary film about the 1989 protests at Tiananmen Square.
yeah. So that's what I watched. I think it was done by Michael Moore, I believe.
Yeah, he's good.
He is good. But that story's crazy. I mean, it's just people protesting against the Chinese government, and then they slaughtered fucking everybody,
Yep.
fucked people up.
This
But China,
says
China has a rough. Go ahead.
this says The Gate of Heavenly Peace is a documentary about the protests of Tiananmen in 1989 and the resulting Beijing massacre of June 4th. The film explores the history of the demonstrations and comments on the deep structure of political habits and attitudes that have informed public life in China over the past century. The filmmakers present a wide range of Chinese perspectives on a defining moment in China's modern history. Interactive tour, democracy wall, themes, chronology. It doesn't say who it was done by. Um, but my other point about that, real quick, before we get back to this, was China plays the long game, dude. They've been around for 7,000 years. They've had dynasties. They've had emperor. They've had how many emperors,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, they
More than two.
they yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they're looking for the next 150 years, while I think the US is caught up in the next 10 to 15, which
Yeah.
is a problem, but also not a problem. I mean, it shows that we're focusing on what's in front of us because there's a lot of
Yeah.
issues at hand, right? But
Yeah.
as in terms of like an end goal and sustainability, we're nowhere near countries like China and Russia, because they're investing in the way future. I think.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a certain form of sociology in Asia where, in business practices, we have 5 year and 10 year plans here. Apparently, in
Mm-hmm.
Asia, a lot of things they look at is 20, 30, and 50 year plans. And it's like a common practice. So they look at these long term and end goals for everything, um, at least from what I heard.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense. I feel like that is a better way to look at things, right? I mean, especially, well, that's kind of hard because nowadays I feel like with the exponential curve of technology, everything's being developed faster and faster. Like, do we need to keep up and have short-term goals to be able to produce with what we're currently achieving, or do we want to also play a long game because that's what's worked in the past? It's kind of
Yeah.
tough to say, you know.
The other thing is, I feel like we need to work on our own shit on our end before we're worrying about other people's stuff at this point, just because we can't
Yes.
even. I mean, like, we can't even fill tanks of gas right now. We can't even. It's
Right.
just such a nutty place right now.
It's sad, man, and they just raised the minimum wage in California for fast food workers to
Of
20 bucks
course
an
they did.
hour,
Yeah, and
which
so
that's great, but
awesome.
how
So
many how many people are going to lose their jobs?
yeah,
How
how
much
much
more
is a
expensive is
chocolate bar
everything going
now
to
in
be?
California? Is it like
Right.
$7 now?
Let's see
Like
the
it's
price of
just
milk.
milk.
Let's just do LA. What? 23. That's no way. Average cost. Okay, all right, all right. We're about to open a whole can of worms here. All right, let me share this really quick. All right. So we're going to dive into something pretty interesting here. How much a gallon of milk costs in every state?
Ooh, drink.
All right, all right, all right. Who do we think has the most and least expensive? I don't know if you saw it.
No, I did not see it. The most expensive. I mean, I'm trying to think of also like you have to like import or export it probably for a lot of these states. So is it
Yep,
Hawaii?
Hawaii is correct.
Bingo. God,
Ooh, what about the least expensive? Ooh, don't look.
probably. I'm not looking. I'm looking. I'm staring at you. I'm staring at those eyes.
Okay, all
Um,
right.
My guess is it's probably somewhere Midwest, like Iowa or like Kansas or Idaho, Arizona.
Arizona.
Actually, I'm
Arizona.
not surprised.
246.
I believe that.
All right.
246 gallon.
So
Pennsylvania,
California.
look at y'all fuckers.
Wow. Why are we so expensive?
Y'all got
We're
so
like,
much dairy up there too. I mean, the whole thing is just Amish people. Maybe that's why the Amish are charging too much. That makes
that's right.
sense.
They
Yeah,
got a monopoly on all the cows, dude. We need
dude.
antitrust against the Amish.
They got monopoly on the carriages too, dog. Like
Yeah.
they're running that shit. I didn't know that it's like extremely frowned upon to like try to get a picture of them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
obviously, like you can like it's weird to just randomly take a picture of anybody. But apparently, someone I was up there last December
Hmm.
for a wedding, and someone tried
That's
to take
right.
a
You were in Lancaster,
picture.
weren't you?
I was in Lancaster, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone tried to take a picture of them. They lost their fucking minds. And everyone else who was not Amish around there was ready to lose their minds too. They were
Yeah.
like
I
ganging
mean,
up on this guy. So that was
yeah. I mean,
hilarious.
it's kind of
I
rude.
know,
I mean,
no, I agree. It is rude. It's just funny just to think that it just went
oh
from
yeah.
like,
No, no, no. I totally agree with you. I mean, it's wild, but you also have to think of the perspective that they lead such a different life than us. I mean,
no
no
question.
technology, dude. No
Hmm.
technology at all. Stone Age type shit.
I
Well,
was
maybe
looking to
not.
try to get a dog from some of the Amish fuckers, but
Dude, phenomenal like food and beverage. They have really
mhm,
good produce,
they
really
do.
good. I don't know, like
We went
everything
into
like
that
that.
like that. There's like some famous massive market in Lancaster that's just run by all the Amish, and it's right in
I'm
the
trying
middle
to
of the
think
city.
about it.
And
I'm
we
trying
went
to
in
think.
there. I bought some stovetop popcorn
Hell
from the
yeah.
Amish. You know you would have loved that shit because it was delicious.
Oh, it was
So
coming from the popcorn master himself.
yeah, Chef Master Jazz making some good old pop. But yeah, let's see. Least expensive, most expensive. Is Connecticut on here? Interesting.
No, DC is on the least expensive list. How we gathered by
Interesting.
using Walmart as our source.
Yeah,
Four
I
thousand
am.
five hundred eighty-five WalMarts whole milk. Yeah, that's what I drink. Yeah, coming in
Interesting.
at four.
I
I don't want to see. I don't want to see
don't
the
even
most
buy milk
affordable.
anyway.
Oh,
So
here we go. Medium in medium.
Alaska's at 130. I mean, I guess like damn, Connecticut's at 121. DC's at 146.
This is
Oh,
median income, not mean.
I
So it's
so
definitely skewed.
you want to know what's so sad is I missed that 1 week of sixth grade math where they went over mean, median, and mode, and ever since then I could not tell you which one's which. I know how to do all of them, but I couldn't tell you which one's which. Like I just wing it. So
So
they're like, "Oh, find an average." Okay, I'll find you an average, but we we I'll just stick to Google on that at this point, or I'll just go to my Excel sheet. So
there you go. DC has
yeah,
the most affordable milk.
good to know. Good to know. I don't buy milk anyway. Milk's fucking stupid.
You don't drink
Like
milk? Oh,
never. I never drink milk. I don't eat cereal either. So it's like
I don't eat cereal.
milk also goes bad so fucking quick.
I like it for
Like
my protein
so
shakes.
protein. Yeah,
My
no, that makes sense.
protein.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
I
it for my
just
protein
I
shakes.
just do water and my protein powder, and like a banana every once in a while.
So
But
let's bring that up a little bit. How what
mm,
okay, first of all, I've got a couple of questions.
mhm.
What protein do you use and how's your
I
exercise routine been going? Seems like you've been killing it.
I am doing dot fit. That's mostly just because I get it.
What is that?
It's a company, or I mean, I could get you the exact type from it, but dot fit is the name of the
Oh,
company.
oh, that's the protein. I thought you were like I'm working out for dot fit. I was
Ow. Yeah, I'm working out for them. It's going pretty good. Um, but no, I mean, I've been
interesting.
a lot better about working out recently too, just because of the fucking dog. So I'm now up at 6 a.m. every day to let the dog out. And so what I do is I'll
Mm-hmm.
take him. I'm right outside Audi Field, so we do a loop around the stadium, I bring him back. It's around like 6:45. I'll feed him breakfast, and then I'll go up to the gym from 7 to 7:45, 8 o'clock. Then I'll
Nice.
come down, shower, and then go to work. I then during my lunch break, I come right back home. I walk the dog again. Then I go back to work, and then I'm off work, and I take the dog for another walk. So I've been able to get now because of me waking up early in the morning because like it was tough for me to like get out of bed in the morning and go to the gym. And
Yep.
I hate working out after work because like I want to just vibe out, veg out.
Yes. Yep.
But now I'm up so early, I'm able to walk the dog and go to the gym. So I mean, I'm going now 4 or 5 times a week now, which
That's
is super
incredible, man.
nice.
Yeah, good
The
for you.
crazy thing is like my steps, like my Apple Watch told me, it was like you've seen a high number of steps on your daily average, and I've gone from just under since I got the dog,
Right.
just under 8,000 steps a day to well over 12,000.
That's awesome.
So it was on Sunday. I had, oh my God, I had 22,000 steps on Sunday, which
That's a
was
lot.
that's just 10 miles.
10 miles. Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, I bet you're getting so much cardio in. The steps are great. And you're
because
able to
yeah,
do strength training 4 days a
yeah,
week,
I'm
3 days a
in.
week.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing strength training. I'm hitting the treadmill and stuff, and then the dog, like, I'll take him for nice long walks now at this point too. Like, we'll go walk to the other side of the national stadium, and like Kyle and I will go grab a coffee or grab lunch, and then we'll walk back with the dog, and
Hmm.
um, so it's super nice because I'm just so much more active now at this point, and always
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
great.
But
It's great,
I'm
man.
so tired so early.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it feels good after a long day of achieving to kind of put it into context.
Facts.
I feel so much better after going to do exercise for like an hour at least,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sitting at the desk a lot more than I have been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still active around my job sites, and I'm traveling 3 days a week, but I mean all the rest of my work is on the computer. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting at a
Same
desk
here.
most of the day.
Same.
What I really need to do is I need to get up in the morning and I need to do yoga.
Mm-hmm. Be like namaste.
Exactly. Yeah,
Nice.
but I have really poor posture. My low back is really tight. My hips are tight. My hamstrings are tight. So I just need to work on the posture
Just
because I've
loosen those
been.
things up for you.
That's right.
I'll loosen them
You
up
probably
for
probably stretch it out.
you. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's been going all right for me. Not as good as you. It sounds like I've been minimum like twice a week, usually 3 to 4.
feel like you go a pretty good amount. I'm always getting those notifications on the watch.
Well, you don't won't get them anymore. I don't have one. I got my Whoop.
Oh, that makes sense.
I got my
You are
Whoop
a
band.
loser now. I get
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Dude, it's
So,
so much better for me. My ADD ass not seeing those notifications pop up on my wrist 30 times a minute.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, your phone's in silent now anyway.
I know, but I still get the notifications. I don't know what it was. Stuff would still come through. I'd have it on work
Interesting.
focus and I'd still get.
So certain things, yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
I
so it's
got you.
just better for me not to have that distraction.
Mm-hmm.
I get a
Yeah, I
lot
feel
more
that.
done.
Oh, side note, I'm getting
Yes.
another tattoo Sunday.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah, I'm pretty excited. And it's
Yeah.
Defenders opening season, baby, or a home
Oh yeah.
opener this
Oh yeah.
Sunday.
I'm not gonna make a game, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, they only have 5 home games this year, which is understandable, but it's just it's always
Yeah.
tough to kind of squeeze in.
I was hoping that weekend that I came up they were playing, but that they end the week before.
Yeah, yeah. So
Pisses me off.
I know.
Anyway, all right, let's move over to I guess we never really touched on March Madness, or we could talk about the NFL. I have so many questions to ask you. I've been reading so much about Pittsburgh and our possibilities. I mean, we haven't talked We haven't talked since we've acquired two new quarterbacks and gotten rid of our other two guys.
Oh my God. So I cannot stand y'all motherfuckers got away from trading a 6th round pick for Justin Fields. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I mean, like, how does New York not look at that for a 5th rounder or a
Yeah.
4th rounder or a 3rd rounder? Like, how are you not offering that for Justin Fields? Like, to at least compete with Daniel Jones? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Russell Wilson, y'all signed him to a 1 year deal. The other thing is, though, y'all can also just get fucked over because both of them are on their
How?
final. Justin Fields and Russell Wilson both will be free agents next year.
Right?
Are you going to
I
resign
mean,
one? You going to resign both?
we'll see. Well, we could
So,
extend. Can
so
we
that's
extend?
the other
How does
thing.
that
That
work?
so
Could we extend them if we like them during the season?
I don't know. It depends on each. No, I mean probably not Russell. You signed him to a 1 year deal. You probably would have offered a player or team option for a 2 year
Gotcha.
deal. Um, Fields is on a rookie contract, so I believe they exercised his. I don't know if it's his 4th year or 5th year. That makes a difference. So, but I believe he is supposed to be a free agent. So I don't believe you can
So,
do an extension. I mean, you have to
okay.
re-sign him. So bringing in both these players, that the downside, like, what are y'all gonna win now this year? Don't
We
say
have a
maybe.
really we
My
have the
God.
highest
Oh my
we
God.
have the highest paid defense in the league and the lowest paid offense right now.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that, y'all. I mean, your defense is fine. I don't think it's
Fine. We
that
made some nice
impressive.
acquisitions.
Okay, who are your acquisitions?
Roquan Smith, middle linebacker. Cole Holcomb will be
Patrick
back this
Queen.
season.
Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking Roquan Smith. Patrick Queen.
Both were at Baltimore, so
Yes.
that's understandable.
We
That was a
retained
nice
pretty much
pickup.
everybody. Hayward, Watt on the line. We just acquired a defensive tackle from Minnesota. So he'll be playing with Cam Hayward there, and then we got
Do you know who
Highsmith
it
on the other
was?
side.
Was it like Dalvin Tomlinson?
Maybe Steelers D tackle signing. Dean Lowry,
No idea who that is. But
and
fair
then we
enough.
got Cordell Patterson with the new kickoff rules.
Yeah, don't flex that. I don't know why you're flexing that.
What do you mean? We didn't pay him that much.
Yeah, but it's just like it's like 35, and I don't know. Maybe it is a nice piece for y'all, but I mean,
We'll see.
you're running dynamic on that offense. It's the stupidest shit ever. I mean, Najee's just such a dud. And then y'all
Such a
traded
dud.
away.
He's had back to back 1,000 yard seasons. He hasn't done terribly.
Okay,
Okay, you have Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's an electric runner. He obviously looks way
we
better
don't.
than a back like Najee.
That's one of my
I know
topics that
not
we're
any.
not allowed to talk about. That's one of the topics we're not allowed to talk about. So, I mean, I haven't burned his jersey yet. I'm still figuring that out. I might change it to a Devin Singletary jersey. Fucking Jesus Christ. No, that pissed me off. But I am I am happy where the Giants went in free agency overall, especially the Brian Burns trade because that guy's a fucking
Yeah.
dog. We brought in so many offensive linemen during free agency to absolutely help bulk that and build depth for injuries too.
Well, Danny
So
Dimes better show up after all
Danny
that
Dimes
investment
can
in the O line.
go jump in a 6 foot hole. I'll throw the dirt on top. So
What's his
I
contract still looking like? Y'all paid him a
so
bunch of money.
yeah, it was 4 years, 128 million, guaranteed 160 in total.
Well,
So
he's not hitting any of
we are
those
able to
player
cut
options.
him. We are yeah, we are able to cut him after next year. It'll just depend on a pre or post June 1st date. If we cut him
Gotcha.
post June 1st, we save like 20 million. So we're like,
Nice.
we'll see. I mean, we I don't know how the season's gonna go. Like, so Ideally, ideal. So
Ideal
first off,
situation. Yeah.
before I'm gonna bring it up, and then I saw a mock draft before I got on here
Uh huh.
from this guy on NFL Network, and I want you to pull it up in a little bit because of how fucking stupid it is. But I kind of would ideally like it. Um, so because of the Giants being the sixth overall pick, are to be at this position, I would very. I mean, they're going to go receiver or quarterback. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, number one pick is going to be Caleb Williams. There's no
You think
discussing
so?
that whatsoever. Yeah, pink nail polish. Yeah, he's going to be number one overall pick. Um, he will be number one. Number two is going to be Jaden Daniels. At first, I would have made the argument for Washington before they traded Sam Howell to trade down. I would have said,
Yes.
I
I
mean,
kind of
the guy
like Sam
the
Howell.
guy had over 20 passing touchdowns. They had the worst offensive line in the NFL. You definitely could have continued to fight and play with him and have him be your quarterback. You could have given him another chance, no question. You could have traded back with someone like Minnesota and acquired 2 first-round picks, um, and then actually built more around that team because that team has nobody on it. Your receiving core is so mid. Like you continue to draft high round picks for receivers, and they just don't really pan out. And their defensive line, they got rid of Montez Sweat. Chase Young's gone. I mean,
Yeah, but they got Austin Eckler, bro.
Kendall Fuller's gone. Yeah, they brought in Austin Eckler. That man is so slow now. You watch his highlights from last year. That man is just a toddler in a loaded diaper. I mean, he is so slow.
He's
So
waddling.
he is waddling. Yeah. So it's actually crazy. They brought in the most players this offseason than any other team. They brought in 20 players.
Yeah, and they have huge draft capital too. I think they have
You
the
want
second
you,
largest draft capital behind Arizona.
you want to know who brought in the least amount of players?
New York
No, no, no.
Giants.
Thank God. They were like fifth most. I think they're like 13 or something.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Dallas,
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's
one
awesome.
one player. It's Eric Kendricks. I was like, I thought that was funny.
Let's
Um,
touch on them for a second though. Like, what do you think's the real problem there? Is it Dak's contract with no cap space? Like, what's really hurting them? Like, they can't do anything from what I've heard.
well, I mean, they can. They have been paying their players an absolute absurd amount of money. I mean, if I were them, I would look at getting rid of Demarcus Lawrence and trading him to another contender to at least clear up some cap space. Um, Losing some of their players like Tyron Smith to clear up, I would have assumed helped, but this team is just. I mean, I don't know what their cap space is looking like right now.
Let's see.
But the other thing is they don't really need much other than a quarterback because Dak is not the answer. They need a running
Hey,
back, obviously, but you don't need a franchise running back in the NFL anymore. Just draft one in the draft. I mean, that's probably
yep.
what they're looking for. They're probably just looking to make a splash in the draft because for what they did in free agency was just frankly embarrassing.
Okay, so they have just like 6.7 million in free cap space. Their non-active roster cap charges, dead money. They've got Zeke Elliott for just over 6 million, Tyron
Mm,
Smith for just over 6 million,
mm.
Durant Armstrong 1.5 million, Leighton Vander Esch 1.25 million, Jabril Cox and Kelvin Joseph 16 million in dead space. And they have Dak Prescott's the largest dead money at 66 million. The
Oh
next
my
closest is Zach
god.
Martin at 41 million, and then the
Oh
next
my
closest after
god.
that is Trayvon Diggs at 26.
Oh my god. Trayvon Diggs is coming off an ACL tear too.
Yeah.
So, dude, I
So
mean, Dak is the most. Oh my god. I mean, he's so bad. I can't stand him. Like, it pisses me off so much because he's
yeah, here we
not good.
go. Set.
Here
That
we
is so annoying.
go. Dude, he is so fucking bad. Like he is the definition of a game manager. And Brock Purdy's a better game manager than him anyway. Like, I don't know why they toss so much money at this guy. And the one thing that annoys me the most about it is how Madden ranks this fucking quarterback over everybody else. They have Dak as like the third highest overall quarterback. Like at the
Really?
beginning of the year,
Behind Patty and Josh?
dude, it literally went like Patty, Josh Allen, Dak, Joe Burrow. Justin Herbert was like 8 at the beginning of Madden
Dude, Justin
24,
Herbert has
24.
pure. Dude, that guy is purely like pure athleticism and skill, man.
Mm-hmm.
If he weren't on such a shitty team, I think we'd see him do a little bit better stuff.
Yeah, so that's the one interesting thing about the draft right now for the Giants and the Chargers, because the Chargers have the fifth overall pick. So
Yeah.
originally I was so confident because they had Quentin Johnson, who's been kind of a dud. He had a bad rookie year. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Mike Williams just left in free agency after they cut him. Keenan Allen just got traded to Chicago. So they're left with Quentin Johnson. So, and they have the pick ahead of us now. And we are in the market for
Yep.
either a receiver or a quarterback. So I'm shitting my pants now thinking that they're going to do. So the this is the ideal thing for the Giants. Like, if based on the draft specifically, if there are no trades that happen the 5 picks ahead of them, we will end up with either J.J. McCarthy, Roma Dunze,
Yep.
Malik Neighbors. I believe it's going to be one of those 3 guys.
I'm seeing Malik
Because,
Neighbors, and yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So, I don't know who I'd want
Yep.
most out of it. Like, I think I want a quarterback. Like, you might as well just fucking do it. Like, but, so, pull up. Oh my
Okay,
God, I
I'm
wish I
looking.
remember
Here,
his
let me
first
share
name.
this screen.
Okay.
There's a couple.
So there's one, I believe the guy's name is Lane Zierlein. I want you to pull up his mock
Okay,
draft
I'm
and
seeing
find it.
Reuter, Jeremiah, Fleispar, Freeman, Router, Brooks.
There you go.
Zerline, this one?
Yeah, that one. Is it today? Yeah, it is today. Okay. It's it today.
Yep.
So
All right.
it has, right off the bat, trading up with New England to the third overall pick and acquiring Drake May.
Do you like that?
I don't mind it at all.
Interesting.
I mean, I think he has the highest ceiling out of all the quarterbacks.
Real,
Yeah,
really?
no question.
You think
He's
Drake
also
May has the highest ceiling?
he's also the youngest by far compared to the other ones.
Yep.
So,
He's a
but
sophomore.
I mean, I guess it just depends on what we'd trade for him to go from 6 to 3. But I'd also be shocked at New England doing that just because they brought in Jacoby Brissett on a 1-year deal. They don't have a quarterback. They trade away Mac Jones. So
right.
this is where Minnesota, I don't think Minnesota trades for the 4th overall pick. I think Arizona stays at 4. Everyone's saying they should
Yep.
trade down. But if you have the opportunity, because you already have your quarterback with Kyler Murray, and you can draft Marvin Harrison Jr., who is the highest rated prospect in this draft over everybody, and you can take him at 4, you take him at 4. You don't trade back. You grab Marvin Harrison Jr. I think if Minnesota trades up to draft a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy, because that's who they're going for, it would be pick 5 with Los Angeles. Because the
and
Giants,
they trade with Los Angeles.
they would probably trade with Los Angeles because I know that Jim Harbaugh wants offensive line. That's their biggest need, but they could draft receiver too. But this class is so heavily loaded in the receiving core, like receiving class, like it's nuts.
Yep.
Like, so
Yep.
if I'm Los Angeles, I'm trading back. And then Minnesota trades up in front of the Giants, trades up in front of Oakland or Las Vegas, and picks up J.J. McCarthy. This is what I thought was interesting now, is pick 6, New England is not only trading to 6 and not getting a quarterback, they're going Malik Neighbors, which I just thought was funny. Like, there's just not a snowball's chance in hell that they're not drafting some quarterback.
A quarterback. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, so I just thought that was absolutely hilarious. But 7 Joel, it's accurate. Jared Verse, I don't know anything about him. Adunze at 9. Like, that would piss me off if Chicago is able to walk away with Adunze and Caleb Williams. Like, fuck. Like, that's crazy to me. But it's definitely a possibility. Brock Bowers at 10 to New York. I mean, maybe. Arizona's going to 11. I mean, I think Minnesota and Las Vegas, and that's the other thing. Denver is the other of the three teams. So Las Vegas, Minnesota, and Denver are all fighting to trade up to go draft J.J. McCarthy right now. He was originally supposed to go
Mm-hmm.
end of first round, but the scouts and media have just pressed it so hard that it's looking like he's going to get
Yep.
picked earlier on now. I just know if Denver trades up, he's just going to be a guaranteed
He's
bust.
gonna be a huge bust.
Like it's just guaranteed.
Dude.
Like they can't figure out the quarterback position for shit. Like they continued to draft first round picks and high, like even like Paxton Lynch, who was a first round pick, who looked like a fucking stud. They brought him in. They tried to draft Drew Lock. They tried to bring in these players. Then they've tried free agency, where they had Brock Osweiler, and they tried to bring him
Mm-hmm.
in. They've tried to bring in fucking trade for Russell Wilson, and that was like, we all thought that was a fucking guarantee because the man was
Yes,
such a
absolutely.
stud in Seattle, led him to 2 Super Bowls and with one win, and you're like, oh, they're good. They're going to be in contention for fighting for the AFC West, and it has been a fucking shit show. So that was
Yep.
just absolutely hilarious to see. So they just like they're cursed at the quarterback position now. They're part of the
Of
Chicago
course.
Bears and they're
Yep.
part of the Cleveland Browns. They're part and the Jets, the goddamn
Jay
Jets.
Cutler.
So yeah,
Jay
dude,
Cutler.
that's crazy.
Isn't he the all-time leader for passing
Yeah, I think
yards
he
for
is.
the
I think
Bears?
he is. There's some other crazy stat where like Chicago, they've never had. I think
A 4,000 yard passer, right?
yeah, every other franchise has had a 4,000 yard passer, and most have had 5,000 yard passers. And Chicago's not even had a 4,000. I think it's something crazy like they haven't had
Dude,
like a
that's
3,700
brutal.
yard passer. So,
That's
um,
brutal.
yeah, it's hilarious.
Man.
But
Oh man. I mean, they were bad when I was out there too, which sucked. I mean, we went to a couple games. They did beat the Chiefs. The one game I went to, which was fun.
yeah, that's
Of course,
great.
division rivalry game.
That's pretty dope.
All right, let's continue on here a little bit. Lots of offensive tackles, which this is what I hate to see going off the board because that's what we need. We need to write. Don't
Brian
know who
Thomas is
Terry
wide receiver
Arnold is.
two out of LSU.
Okay,
But yeah,
what the hell?
ideally, so the second round is going to be most interesting, I think, for the NFL this year because there's so many players like on that border, and there's always players that drop. Like Joey Porter Jr. fucking plummeted to what, the third round last year.
No,
That's or second round,
we
but
picked him in the second round, I think.
yeah, or yeah, maybe
We either
second
picked him
round.
late
He was
first
supposed to
round
be
or
the
early
first,
second
and these
round.
players should have been. I mean, these players drop in the second round. It happens every year. Like Will
I
Levis
don't know
dropped to
why.
the.
I mean, dude, he had a stellar season
I
too.
know, I know.
JPJ.
He did.
I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not going to complain about that, but
yeah. No, I know. It's just players always drop. Like I think. I mean, we'll see. Like how like Keon Coleman, Florida State, and Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. But Michael Penix's pro day did prove that he should be a first round pick. It's tough to see where you would draft him in the first rounds based on these teams that are up here. Like I just don't see a Pittsburgh or Philly or Miami drafting a quarterback because
at this spot,
I
I could
mean
see us taking one in the second or third round
Las Vegas or
if a good
Denver,
one is
maybe they could just
available.
stay where they are. They might just draft like Penix, but I mean we'll see.
I would
You
like
know,
Penix.
y'all are not
Like a
going to bring in
lefty
a third
gunslinger,
fucking
dude.
quarterback right now.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know.
It's like why even trade for
We're
Justin Fields
finally
at that point then?
right. I guess fair enough. I will say though, in my 17 years as a Pittsburgh fan, this has by far been the most we've done in the off season ever.
Yeah, I believe that.
Easily.
I believe that.
Easily ever. Like this is the most I've seen our organization cut players, sign players, be talking to players. I mean, it's wild. I mean, I'm actually enjoying free agency right now, which is crazy. I never have as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan
Have you seen the
ever.
picture of Mike Tomlin and Brandon Ayuk?
Look, they look like that's his son, dude.
Someone put Ayuk's
Get
face
Kool-Aid.
on him. Kool-Aid McKinstry going 27 is crazy. I can't believe he dropped that much. I saw him
You can't
versus
believe he
going
dropped that much.
like pick 5 and 6.
Really
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Cooper
Interesting.
DeJean.
Where who?
Cooper DeJean. He's the white corner out of Iowa. Projected first rounder, man.
Hey
Um,
now,
yeah,
that'd be crazy.
but yeah, no. We shall see how it goes. I always, unfortunately, am always paying attention to the draft because my team fucking sucks. So I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that we've had however many winning seasons in a row, but that means we get pick 15 through 25 a lot of the time. It'd
Yeah,
be nice to have a top 10 pick
true. Yeah.
just once.
Yeah, that's what I was
Get one
saying
of those
to
generational talents.
my roommate because he's a Patriots fan, and so he now gets to experience the top three pick.
Mediocrity.
Yeah, so
Mediocrity. That's
yeah,
that.
I was
Oh
like,
my
let me
God.
tell
That's
you how
so
you, let
gratifying.
me know how you like. This is how you handle this stuff. You really get to pay attention to the mock drafts now, and who's dropping the
Yeah,
full 3 or 4 rounder mocks. Like, what's Mel talking about
right.
today? So now you really pay attention. You're like, who's gonna go
Yep.
here and
Yeah. Could
there?
you
So
imagine, though? Could you imagine being a Pats fan in like the 90s and being like like the whole Drew Bledsoe thing,
uh-huh.
watching him thrive, and then watching the Brady takeover? Man, I could not imagine being a fan of that franchise during that
could
time period.
could you imagine all the Patriots fans that are gonna have kids in the future and they're going to miss out on this opportunity to see that dynasty? It's fun. It's pretty funny. That would suck to
Yep.
miss out on that. Like, my dad's good friend, he grew up a Patriots fan, and he's like, people don't remember how rough my life was for the first 40 years of my fucking life. He was like, I
It's
was
true though.
miserable every fucking day. So, yeah.
It's true though. I mean, it's just wild. Like, there's only a couple instances in sports in general where a player can come in and have that much impact on an overall team. I think. What do we think? I guess like Tiger, Muhammad Ali, those aren't team sports. Jordan, LeBron, Tom Brady, any baseball players? Probably
For
not
like
even to that extent.
Mount Rushmore, for
Like, I'm saying like players that can come in and make that much of an impact to a franchise or a team, like team sports, like, the ability of Jordan to come in and win 6 championships and what, 8 seasons,
players that have
and
the
LeBron
biggest
to
impact
to
on the
to have
team.
you know what I mean? Like LeBron to come in and have, I mean, has impacted every team he's played for, right? And
He's
same with
won the championship with every team he's been
Brady,
with. Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Same with Brady,
Brady was able to bring in, yeah, that influence to Tampa and help them win one the first
yep,
fucking year he gets there.
which is
Um, Nuts.
unreal, man.
We were all
That's
like,
unreal.
we were like, oh, it's Belichick's system that helps him win. He just that defense is so stacked. And then Tom goes out in first year, wins the Super Bowl, and Bill doesn't have a job right now. So it's interesting how it all pans out. Bill's
Yep.
obviously still a great coach, but it's just interesting. I mean, he's not a good GM. Let's be honest. Bill Belichick's not a good GM. That offensive team was miserable in New England. You bring in Juju Smith-Schuster to be your wide receiver one, you're a fucking
Yeah.
failure. Like Devontae Parker, N'Keal Harry, and all these guys. I mean, they just re-signed like
Devontae
Kendrick.
Parker, not a bad pickup for me fantasy last year. Who they re-signed Nikhil Henry?
No, I think they
Is that
cut
what you
his
said?
ass at this point. They've re-signed like
Oh,
Kendrick Bourne, I think his name is, if I'm
okay.
remembering
Yep,
correctly.
Kendrick Bourne. That
Um,
sounds about right. But but yeah, I mean, get ready to look forward to mediocrity, Pats fans. It's about fucking time.
yep. Sounds like, but I never hated the Patriots. I always pitied them. So
Me either.
I always pitied them.
You pitied the Patriots?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
They they never beat us. Why would I be upset? You know, my
Yeah,
team never
that I mean
lost.
that's fair. Yeah, I never hated them as a team either. It's cool to see, sports franchises to have that dominating of a run.
Yeah, I mean, like
It's
Golden State,
so
like
interesting. Yeah,
so Golden State's window was weird. Well, what was it? They had four. They won four times, and they had been there. They lost to Cleveland. They lost to Toronto, and so I believe they won four of six that span. Um, so they beat Boston. They beat um, Cleveland.
they
The
beat
other three.
Boston in 21-22, and then they beat Cleveland 15, 17, and 18.
Yeah, and they lost to Toronto and they lost to Cleveland.
Let's see, they have finals appearances. Lost to Toronto 2-4, and then lost to Cleveland in 15, 16, 3-4. Yeah, how about it?
Yeah,
How about it?
how
I
about it,
think
baby?
what needs to happen is I'm gonna have a sports cast, and I'm gonna invite you and Graham on, and I'm gonna write
Nice.
down a whole ass script and like a dozens of questions, and I'm gonna tally down who has the most correct answers
Well, he's
at the
probably gonna
end.
blow me out of the water, but it's cool. He's just, I mean, he knows every Heisman winner or whatever it is. He knows like every NBA MVP. It's like weird. How the fuck do you know that? He blows me out of the water like for like the 70s and 80s history. I'm like, oh, what do I know?
Right?
So,
Yeah. I don't know any sports back then,
for
much less
the
basketball.
um, is he in North Carolina or no?
I'm not sure. He hasn't told me. But I will say he's been helping me edit the podcast, which has been a huge help. So we're gonna shout out Graham if he's listening.
Shout out
Appreciate you,
Graham.
brother.
We were playing pickleball with his roommate the other day, and we were like, "So how do you feel about him moving to North Carolina?" And Xerxes was like, "What are you talking about?" So I was like,
Yeah, I think he still has his lease there, but I
"He
don't
has
know.
his
I don't
lease
want to
there,
get
but
into too
I
much
like."
personal stuff.
No, I know. It was so funny because we ended up just shutting up about it, but we were so confused because we were like, "Wait, does he know?" like, but I don't know. That was so
That's
funny.
funny. Yeah,
Um,
but no, I'll have to get you guys on here for some sort of sports trivia.
cool,
He's been writing stuff for some episodes, so I definitely want to do something. If you'd be interested, if we all have a free like weekend night sometime
Mm-hmm.
in the next 3-4 months, have
Okay.
some beers, listen to some music, just have
Mm.
like, have you seen the protect or heard of the protect our parks episodes for Rogan? They just get fucked up and talk for like 3 hours.
Some maybe. I think
Regardless,
I've seen clips, but yeah.
that's right. That's kind of what I want to do. Oh, you probably seen the clip of Joey Diaz hitting the smelling salts and
Yes.
then just them
Yeah.
dancing.
I've definitely seen that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Wake up,
something like that. I
cocksuckers.
mean, I really I'm currently listening to his newest one with Rogan right now. It's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, he's hilarious. We could talk about that for a while too. But yeah, I
True.
want to get you guys on something like that just to fuck around and have a very easy going and like general podcast. I
Cool.
found that having two guests is kind of fun. I've only done one
Mm-hmm.
podcast like that so far, but
Cool.
yeah, having more than one guest is
Definitely down for that.
phenomenal. Yeah, yeah. But we're approaching right around our time limit here, so it was wonderful chatting with you, sir.
Of course, babe.
Let's get you on the schedule to go. Let's get you on the schedule to go again. Next time, a little more structure about some sports stuff. I thought our intermediate section there was awesome. We kind of segued really well
Mm-hmm.
and just got chatting a little bit. But basically, what I've been telling everybody the previous 6 or 7 episodes or so, this is basically a trial run. Like if you enjoy it, like to learn from this experience and see what we can do better next time. So really appreciating you taking the time out of your day to do
Of
this with me,
course,
man.
yeah. And check out my OnlyFans page. I'm just cranking it.
What's
Just like into tube socks,
what's the
man.
link for that?
Just loads. It's just J. It's just Jazz's socks. So
Jazz's socks with a Z with a Z.
yeah, exactly. Jazz's socks.
It's like jizz with an A.
Exactly. Yeah, we just put the A, but there's a print that there's a hidden I. So,
Exactly.
so yeah, check that out if you
Sounds
want to
about
see.
right.
Yeah.
If you want to see some
But no,
socks,
it was
do
good
you
being
do
on
you
here.
do
What's
you
that?
do you wear like the thong flip flops with them?
Oh, dude, like so the last time I did it, like what I did is like I just got like some butter and like I warmed it up, like I pressed it like with my hands, like make it like, melt it, but I didn't want to like melt it into a liquid. I stuffed it in
Right.
the sock, and then I had these Lightning McQueen Crocs, and so I just put my foot in there
Ciao.
and just squeezed all the butter through the holes, and it's like I'm speed. And then I just
I am
splooged
speed.
one just right in there.
Oh man, dude, I've had too many Lightning McQueen references in the last 2 weeks. I don't know
Really?
why, but for some reason, yeah, for some reason that shit keeps popping up on like my social media and stuff. I got one on my feed. It's a clip of Lightning McQueen just driving on the track, and all of a sudden there's a fart noise, and it's like an asshole. That yeah, I don't know why I thought that was so funny, dude.
Oh my god, that's great.
I don't know. Toilet humor still geeks me out, but
Toilet humor.
I'm
Yeah,
an
mine's
adult. I
death
assure you
humor.
all that.
I guess it was thinking.
Yeah, yeah. We went over that today
Yeah,
already. The
I can't.
Instagram feed.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the videos I get later today. My feed's been kind of like simmering down. It's not
Yeah,
good still, but I need to bring it back up. So
yeah, exactly. I've got Ryland on tomorrow, and he sends me some pretty
nice,
spicy stuff too. So
nice,
yeah,
nice, good. Tell him I said hi.
I will, of course, of
Give him a
course.
kiss for me.
We'll give him we'll get some life updates from him, and I'll relay the information. But
Cool.
yeah, let's end it here after the you made me laugh for like 4 minutes straight. So it's a good way to end it.
Good. I'm glad to hear
All
that.
right, we'll see you next time, everybody.
Goodbye.